Good morning and welcome to your daily AI News Digest for March 25th, 2026. We've got a lot to cover today because what we're tracking is a fundamental reshaping of the entire AI landscape.
You know, there's this quote going around that really captures the moment. Today, we are witnessing the Great Realignment, and that's exactly what's happening. The era of viral, speculative creation, well, that's pretty much over. We're now moving into a phase where AI becomes deeply embedded as critical infrastructure.
So, let's kick things off with our top story today, which is all about this realignment. It starts with a pretty shocking pivot from one of the industry's biggest players, and it's a move that signals a new, much more serious direction for the whole field.
And here it is. Sora is dead. No, you heard that right. OpenAI has officially terminated its Sora video application and API. It was just 6 months ago that it had that viral debut, promising to change filmmaking forever, and now it's gone.
So why the sudden reversal? Well, this is really a strategic retreat. It all comes right after that billion-dollar partnership with Disney totally collapsed. You look at the two sides of the coin here. On the one hand, you have these viral creative tools. The problem? Astronomical compute costs, a legal minefield with deepfakes, and partnerships that just proved to be unstable. So OpenAI is pulling back from that and focusing squarely on the other side, high-margin enterprise utility. We're talking AI that actually does work. Things like AI coworkers, national security applications, and agentic security.
And of course, a pivot this huge needs capital, a lot of it. It's being bankrolled by a staggering new $110 billion investment from Amazon, NVIDIA, and SoftBank. But you have to understand, this isn't just cash, it's a strategic alliance. Amazon is bringing the cloud, NVIDIA is bringing the compute, and SoftBank is bringing its expertise in robotics. The goal here is to transform OpenAI from a research lab into an infrastructure powerhouse for these new autonomous AI agents.
And this really gets to the heart of the matter. The second act of the AI revolution isn't going to be about software that creates content. It's going to be defined by software that performs work. And if you need any more proof, look no further than the landmark agreement to deploy OpenAI models on the U.S. Department of War's classified networks. Think about that for a second. The whole era of AI labs claiming they're neutral, that's over. They are now officially critical state infrastructure.
Now, this realignment from digital content to digital work, it isn't just happening in the cloud. We're seeing it mirrored in the physical world, as these incredibly powerful AI models start to inhabit a new generation of robotics and hardware.
And speaking of the physical world, Google DeepMind is making a really aggressive move into what it's calling physical AI. They've just announced a partnership with Agile Robots to embed their Gemini models into over 20,000 industrial systems. And at the same time, they're launching a European accelerator with a very clear goal: to build a walled garden. They want to make sure the next wave of robotics startups is built exclusively on Google's architecture.
So what's making this physical push even possible? Well, it's new models like this one, Gemini 3.1 Flash-Lite. And when you look at these numbers, the key isn't just about raw power anymore, it's about efficiency. Look at this. It's 2.5 times faster, with massive throughput, and the cost has just plummeted. By cutting speed and costs so dramatically, Google is making real-time AI agents on robots and other devices economically viable for the very first time. This is a total game changer. The focus has decisively shifted from raw power to operational speed. Of course, this new era of AI needs a totally new kind of hardware. And at its GTC conference, NVIDIA just unveiled its answer: the Vera Rubin platform. Now, you really have to think of this less as a single chip and more as a fully integrated AI factory. It's designed with specialized silicon for each part of an AI agent's job. You've got the massive Rubin GPUs for the initial large-scale training. Then you have the Vera CPUs to orchestrate and manage all the agent's tasks. And finally, and this is new, you have these ultra-low latency Groq LPUs for that instantaneous, real-world decision-making.
So what this really tells us is that the game is no longer just about who has the fastest GPU. It's about building these specialized, end-to-end systems. By integrating all these different processors, NVIDIA is making a huge power play to own the entire hardware stack. You see, as AI shifts from just giving one-off answers to doing continuous reasoning, NVIDIA plans to control every single piece of the silicon that makes that possible.
So, you have this convergence of intelligent software and specialized hardware, and it isn't just theoretical. It's already starting to reshape how businesses and consumers interact. It's giving rise to what everyone is calling the new agentic world.
Just take a look at this. Today, Gap launched the first major agent-tenic commerce experience. It's a partnership with Google, and basically, you can now get styling advice, pick your products, and check out
all inside a single AI chat. You never even have to go to their website. This is a fundamental shift in how we think about online shopping.
And this system is designed to solve a massive problem for retailers: returns. We're talking about an $850 billion problem. So how does it do it? It uses something new called an agentic sizing protocol. Instead of you trying to figure out a size chart, it just talks to you, asking natural language questions to figure out your perfect fit. It's a level of personalization that was just impossible before.
But as these agents become our new digital coworkers, a major battle is brewing over who gets to control them. And it's really a tale of two philosophies. On one side, you have Anthropic's Claude, which is a proprietary managed system. They're positioning it as the secure, reliable choice for enterprise. And on the other side, you have projects like OpenClaude, which is completely decentralized and open source, putting all the control in the hands of the community. This, right here, is the new platform war.
And let's be absolutely clear. This matters immensely, because as AI moves from just being a chatbot to being a full-on system operator, something with the power to click, type, and move files around on your computer for you, the entire security game changes. The new threat isn't your firewall, it's the prompt you give the agent. Agentic safety has just become the single most critical cybersecurity challenge of 2026.
It's no surprise that these huge technological shifts are starting to escalate tensions on the global stage. AI talent and the technology itself are no longer just business assets, they are central pillars of national strategy.
A really stark example of this is the ongoing Manus crisis. We've learned that China has physically barred the founders of the AI startup Manus from leaving the country while it reviews their multi-billion-dollar acquisition by Meta. This is an unprecedented move, and it signals a new, frankly chilling reality. Top AI researchers are now being viewed as strategic national assets, subject to direct state control.
And in response to things like this, the world's major powers are digging in, each with their own distinct strategy. You have the US trying to clear regulatory hurdles to boost innovation. You have China building walls to prevent tech and talent flight. And then there's the EU, trying to do its signature balancing act between promoting competitiveness and managing risk. This is the new geopolitical chessboard, and AI is the most important piece.
All right, so let's step back for a moment. Beyond all the corporate battles and the geopolitical chess moves, it's important to ground ourselves in what's actually happening with the science and what the financial markets are telling us.
And, there are some real tangible breakthroughs happening. In science, for example, we're seeing hybrid AI models completely revolutionize climate forecasting. In medicine, AI is enabling true precision treatment for things like colorectal cancer by analyzing biomarkers. We're also seeing the OpenAI Foundation pour $1 billion into the life sciences. And the markets? Well, they're getting smarter too. Investors are starting to rotate out of those speculative, pure-play AI stocks and into established AI plus companies. Think Apple and Microsoft, companies that are actually using AI to deliver real value today.
So the big takeaway from the markets is pretty clear. The age of AI hype is officially over. We are now squarely in the age of AI earnings. The money is flowing to companies that use AI not as some kind of gimmick, but as a tool to widen their existing competitive moats.
So as AI moves from being a simple application to becoming the foundational infrastructure of our entire economy, it leaves us with one final critical question. As all of this becomes deeply embedded in everything we do, who exactly will own the off switch? That's your Daily AI News Digest. We'll be back tomorrow.